when we started looking for somebody to help us sell the business, one, I was apprehensive in general because my experience in this private sector, because most of my experience is in government. In government, it's like once you get in and you get funding, you can always find funding. And they're a different kind of client than the private sector. So when we started this in the private sector, what it felt like is everybody's trying to nickel and dime you and just kind of screw you over to get money from you. They don't care if they meet their end of the deal, as long as you already paid them. And so that's what I was worried about when we were even getting into finding somebody to help us sell. And we tried another site. I don't even remember what it was, but we were there almost 2 months and it was like nothing. And it was what I was expecting. I'm paying you, I'm getting nothing, right? And so I was like, look, I'm gonna, somebody called us actually from Openfair, and he was like, hey, this is who we are. It looks like you're selling. And I was like, here's another group trying to, just basically steal money from us. So I talked to the person. I said, you know what, this sounds like it's okay. I scheduled another meeting so Genevieve could be there because she's honest, right? Very honest. And he talked through both of us and he said, if you want to, if you don't. And he goes, my job is to reach out, but I'm telling you, we have pretty good success. And I said, all right. So we talked to him, and then we talked to the person setting up the account, both very professional. And then they put us in touch with you. And off the bat, my wife loves your accent. So I was like, okay, that's a good start, right? And at least when you call, even if it's bad news, it'll be well received, right? Off the bat, how responsive you were specifically, how quickly you found a buyer, and how I thought, again, I was going to be paying for somebody to watch me work is basically what I was thinking. I'm going to hire somebody and they're going to watch me basically do everything. And it was the opposite. So you not only led in finding the buyer, you led in the conversations, you helped my temperament because sometimes I was really frustrated and I shouldn't have reached out, and you did on my behalf. And the above and beyond is you helped me deal with my franchise network, which they're going through their own turmoil and leadership changes, and I'm over here like, what is wrong with you guys? And I didn't have to engage them, thank God, because you engaged them. And so that was my experience with working with you and with Openfair. So when I started to talk to you and you told me how it would work, I obviously already had an understanding, but you explained it to me in a way that I felt like you not only had an understanding. Okay, so I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think it'll help me give context to why I trusted you. You know when you're really good at a job, when you can explain it very simply. You use a subject matter expertise. I used to be a subject matter in what I used to do. And I could explain it in a very simple way. And when a challenging question came, I could dive into the deep part of it very easily too. So when you first started to explain how the cell would work, I could see a subject matter expertise in it. And when we asked more complicated questions, you could answer those. You were very comfortable jumping into the deep end as well as staying in the shallow end to help give us the high view of it. So that's when I was like, okay, this is probably going to work. You found Luis because I think you heard my heart when I was like, I think we can find a buyer somewhere because somebody will just buy it because it's a cash flow industry. So somebody could buy it even if they just want tax depreciation. But could they take care of the team and could they take care of our clients? So when you found a buyer, even if Luis wouldn't have worked out, you found somebody in Maricopa, which is super hard to do. And he speaks kind of the same language because he grew up in this part of the country. That's when I was like, this is it. Like, even if Luis didn't work out, I knew it was going to work because you understood what we were trying to do. So yeah, with the earnest money, you guys taking it after I only knew you for a few weeks, I didn't have any ire or suspicion that it wasn't going to properly get transferred. So that the trust already, I was like, okay, that's good, right? Because I think normally, just because of experience in the private sector, I would have wanted more assurances even than what we already signed, but I didn't have to. And that was good for me, that peace of mind. Dealing with the franchise, especially as they changed out the CEO, the COO, the CFO, and then the franchise developer, I was like, in my mind, they were only trying to keep, because they were trying to sell franchises. And if we sell franchise to outside franchise network, it looks like tenure is down, and it could make because they boast on tenure, right? And so I was like, they are trying to just keep us so we can extend their tenure. And to be honest, I think if you didn't make it as easy for them as possible, and you were not friendly, speaking on my behalf, because I wanted to call up there, and I don't even cuss, but I wanted to be like, what is wrong with you people? Because you kept the level head. You made it very easy for them. They could walk through the process, and you made it easy for Luis. You translated what they were saying. You kept pressure without making him feel like we're rushing him, because I think that could have made him skittish, right? You kept everybody comfortable enough to keep moving forward. So even though it wasn't giant leaps, there wasn't a moment in the process that we weren't moving forward. Even when we were in the 2 weeks of waiting, we were still following up, we were still checking in, or you were, and we were still moving the ball forward, even if it was like micro. It was never stagnant, and it never went backwards. So proactive approach and aggressiveness mixed with kindness. So you did that, and because you did that well, and because even the guy that called me, he was aggressive in his approach to sell, but he was kind, like understanding. I think that's the difference between you and honestly any other marketing company I've worked with, big fancy ones and even small local ones. Either they're too nice, they don't do their job well, or they're too aggressive. They do their job well, but they just are really nasty and nobody wants to work with them. You guys have like a good balance of both. I already am recommending you guys to other people. Yes, I'm going to continue to, because it's hard to sell a business if you've never done it. So I'm going to continue to do that. And compared to any other company that I've worked with to just help businesses actually do what they say they're going to do, you guys exceeded expectation. So if you would have just said what was on the website, I would have been super happy. But you especially did way better than it. And if you represented, like if I met you at a trade at a fair, like at a Vegas event, I would be like, this guy is like it. Like I would probably, if I was investing in company, if I had money like that still, I would be like, I'm investing in these guys because these guys get it. So that's what I think. I think you guys are set apart. And so I don't know, whatever it is, how God's blessed you guys in the company, it's just working really well. So it's good.